What's up, nerds? I'm Greg,
I'm Kyle.
I'm Donald.
and we're going to talk about Walking Dead and what we think is going to happen in this coming season, which comes back February 8th.
Second half of season 5.
Yes.
That's right, I forgot. Second half of
Yeah.
season
The
5.
mid-season premiere.
Yeah, it always messes with me too. I'm just like, you have to wait so long. Anyway.
February 8th, it comes back, and there's been a couple trailers and teasers and all this stuff that comes out, and there's a lot of us, we know the comics, and we have some kind of
A vague representation of what
might
should happen.
yeah, from the trailers and stuff that we've seen. And so what's some of the stuff that you've seen that's probably that you think's gonna come the rest of the season?
I can't really say that I've
I
seen
don't-
it in the trailer, but I think I know
I don't want to.
what the
Okay,
first half of the season.
I'll say it now. Spoiler alert. If you don't read the comics, this is because we're gonna try and combine what has happened in the comics along with what we have seen, even though it's not a lot
Yeah.
that we've seen. But
If you don't want to get spoiled, don't watch.
So
from here on out.
as you can in the comics, the governor chops off Rick's arm.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
happens, and it should
That
have
was supposed
happened
to happen.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should have happened a long time ago.
Now, in one of the trailers, you can see a quick glimpse of Rick getting his arm grabbed by a couple zombies. Could be nothing. Probably is going to be nothing.
Yeah, probably, but they might do it.
Hopefully, Rick gets his arm taken off.
It could be that he got bitten like Herschel.
Yeah, he could
and
get
they
bit
cut
and
it
they
before the
amputate it.
infection spreads.
And not that I want Rick to lose his arm. Not that, I don't wish that upon anyone.
I want him
Especially,
to
you know,
lose his arm.
I want
They
him to
already
lose
lost
his
that in the
arm
comics.
because of because of character development, and that was a big deal when it happened in the comics. You completely had to change
Yeah.
how everything about your person. Because I think which hand does he use? He loses
His right hand.
his right or his
His
left.
right- his right hand.
Okay, yeah, and he was right-handed.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a whole part in the comic I remember that he had to figure out how the hell to use his left hand.
Yeah.
Even Robert Kirkman, he was talking about how I cut off his hand, and he's sitting there writing parts of the story, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I can't do that. I cut off his hand. I screwed up. Now I have to think how this man how does he live in this world?
Well, that's the
without
reason-
his main hand.
That's the reason maybe
Can't
why they
jerk
won't.
off anymore.
You can't double fist.
That's the reason why maybe they won't
But he
do
had
it in the
Andrea,
show, though.
But they killed her, so
Yeah, if they don't they might not do it in the show because of the fact that he regrets kind of cutting it off in the comic.
Maybe.
Yeah. So who knows?
Well, I mean, he sits in the writers' room, but everyone who's a fan is expecting it.
yeah.
But Robert is a special effects challenge,
Yeah.
But they did it already with Herschel's leg.
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah,
deal,
yeah.
really. It's just an arm, so it's gonna be in sight more.
We know in this rest of the season that they're gonna introduce a new character, a big character.
Yeah.
Prominent
Yeah.
gay character.
He might not be as prominent in this season,
Yeah.
but he's going to
He's
get
gonna be
introduced. He's going
introduced.
to kind of appear and disappear.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. And
He may appear at the end again.
yeah, he may come in at the end because in the reason we're thinking this, I mean, Kirkman confirmed it that he's going to be in this
Yeah,
season.
he talked about it on
He talked
the
about
Talking
on
Dead.
Talking Dead that
Yep.
there's going to be a real prominent gay character coming in. And,
One of my favorite characters.
Yeah, no, he's great. I'm not going to say anything else about him per se, but he kind of lets them in on a little kind of well kept secret of a not civilization but a settlement,
Yeah.
and
Settlement
he-
that has things in order,
yeah,
kind of
for the most part it's
decently.
it's a nice little settlement. That's all I'll really say. And the reason we're kind of
Community.
speculating that this happens is because in the trailer, Michonne, one of the trailers, Michonne is actually sitting there talking about saying, we don't need to be out here.
Yeah.
You know,
This place
it
seems
could be
safe.
safe, like stuff
Yeah.
like that, and you're kind of speculating, like, okay, maybe they found,
Yeah.
what's his face,
They could
talk to them
yeah.
about this new settlement.
Yeah, it's got to be after they met
it's-
him.
And we're speculating that at the end of this season, they might be introduced to this settlement.
Yeah.
They might actually show up, but I doubt they're gonna show any more than that if they even do it.
If they do, that'll be like the end of it.
Well, I think
when
it's
they
safe
show
to
it.
say they are going to show up because people have seen the set and talked about it online.
Okay.
So So without a doubt, they're gonna get to the settlement.
Well, do you think they're gonna introduce the next big bad guy that everyone's waiting
No
for?
way.
No,
That's not
no,
gonna be-
It's not coming yet?
No. That
That's
won't
not
be
gonna
till
be-
like season 7.
You think?
Season
Maybe
6.
halfway through season
yeah,
six.
it's got to be at least season 6.
that won't be till season 7. The way
Because
they do the
there's a
show
lot that
is,
happens, and they're probably, because in the comics, they get to the settlement, stuff happens, blah 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 blah, and they do they do it? They don't do a time skip.
when they
do
get
they?
when they get to the settlement, it's a really, really long time. You read the comics, you kind of forget that there's a lot of stuff that happens before we get introduced to the next big bad guy.
Yeah,
But
but he's referenced throughout, like the
Okay.
whole time. He's pretty much referenced.
I don't remember him being referenced. I don't
No,
remember.
he's referenced because remember they share all their goods for protection.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that.
they didn't specifically mention anything about these people. Let's say that.
No, but I mean, they he's still referenced. Like he's
Alluded to.
Yeah, you don't know. Like they don't say at the beginning. They don't say whether it's like this crazy guy or anything like that. It's just these we give half of X amount percent of our goods and stuff to these people.
Yeah.
So they don't kill us. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call him crazy, honestly. But
No, but that's a whole nother thing that we
Yeah.
don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
that's definitely not going to be till season 7 because the way
Yeah.
they pace the show,
Yeah.
they take their time.
Yeah, and
And unless they really want to introduce another big villainish guy right away, they're gonna hold that off till the 7th season.
Yeah, well,
because his arc, man, he's got to take up like 2 seasons just by
At least
himself.
there's gonna be at least 2 seasons.
'Cause he's
Plus, there's more that goes on once they get involved with him.
and he.
But there's also a huge part that's gonna happen before that. There's a
Yeah.
lot.
on his introduction.
You're gonna learn about this
and-
community and just gonna focus on this community.
Yeah, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, this guy, the new enemy. He makes the governor look like a hamster. That's probably a terrible analogy, but I really don't care.
Well, to
I
be
am
honest, the governor
tired.
in the comic book was really screwed up. They didn't go nearly as far as they did with him.
Yeah, no,
In the comic.
they didn't. You're right,
But they made him seem crazy enough.
yeah,
But honestly, they showed the governor in the show to have a little
more
bit of
human
sense of
side.
humanity.
Yeah.
Where in the comic book, he was really not. He didn't have that sense of humanity. The new villain guy, he'll say some stuff that you'll be like, that's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, because it's one of those things, man. He's one of those enemies that you hate. You want to hate him so bad, and you just want you try your hardest to hate the hell out of this guy, and then you realize you're like, he makes sense.
You have to take a step
And
back.
Yeah, you're just
and
like,
think like if you were in the situation that they were in, then you could see his reason.
Anyway, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. This is
Yeah.
a whole another
Yeah.
season way
Well,
past, but
they got some pretty interesting stuff they're gonna start showing and foreshadowing for the next season, which
Expect
is
the
gonna.
next season to focus on the community. They're gonna.
there's probably season 6 is probably not gonna have a lot of walkers. Like, I mean, it's probably not gonna have too much action. Probably like season 2.
But that's the point of the show. You
Yeah,
you don't watch
needs-
it. You
it's
start to
got-
watch it for the zombies, but you realize it's more than that.
Yeah,
They even say it in
is
the
a
show.
drama at heart.
I think they even said in the show, really, The Walking Dead is referring to the humans.
Yeah.
Really, not the dead people. The title is referencing the humans.
They're just there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're the Walking Dead, as in.
Literally, they're infected already. I
Yeah.
mean,
Makes sense. But show comes back February 8th, finishes off the season.
see what happens. See what happens in these next 6 episodes.
Should be interesting.
No, I think 8. I think it's a 16 episode season.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they did 8 and 8.
Maybe. I wasn't really paying attention, I don't think.
Yeah.
They just
So-
keep expanding the amount of
Yeah, it
episodes
just
they
came
do.
and gone, and we're so quick. So
Yeah.
we're just like,
But look out for it. It'll be here soon. And like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the site, nerdunderground.net.
Comment, discuss.
Everything.
Please.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Later.